Good evening, everyone. I hope we all have had a great Friday. It is the end of the week, so we're going to be reviewing pretty much everything that happened this week, starting with the beginning of the week, right? So let's go back to Monday. Market was attempting to go down, right? The daily had initially been one time framing up. The week prior, we had our little half days due to Thanksgiving. Then we come in Monday full session with a gap down, and then we put the daily back into a balance. And then on Tuesday, we go from balance to down. The market's still trying to pull back. Uh, we're pulling back, right? Not getting much extension. We never got below that previous weekly low. And then Wednesday, what happens? We have some economic data come out. We have Jerome Powell come out and talk, pump it up. Papa Powell pumps this market up. We hold that weekly low. We push up. Uh, have a trend day, triple distribution day, with one, two, three sets of single prints, a price probe, and the high of day. Then we come in for Thursday. We don't get much. We open with a gap. We fill the gap, and then we trade basically the upper distribution from Wednesday. Now today, what happens? Market's just emotional, right? We had more economic data come out today. We open with a gap down below the 200-day moving average. After we just got above it, below the 200-day moving average, we take back a set of single prints and we dip our toe into the second set of single prints. Uh, as that is basically where we open, dipped our toe in, traded the middle distribution for a split second, and then we decided to rotate up with a grind, one time framing up until G period when we finally pulled back and then put this market into a balance, just kind of trading above the open. So the daily went from we went from down to balance to up back to balance. So now we're just in a large balance using the high of day from Thursday up there at 4110, and then the low of day from the 30th on Wednesday at 3942.75. So that is our 3 day balance. Today we've just been trading mostly the upper distribution of the balance. And let's go ahead and zoom this bad boy in. I only took 2 trades today. Not very many trades that I take. As didn't have very good risk reward. Once again, another day of mixed MGI, right? Um, After, continuing to one time frame up on the daily yesterday, filling the gap. I didn't trade much yesterday because of the mixed MGI, and then today we opened up with a gap down in the set of single prints, right? So we filled this set due to us gapping down. We dip our toe into the next set by a few ticks, not even a full point, by a few ticks in A period. B period, we never see it again. We don't see the open all day long. So we opened with a gap. We had lower value. So sellers had two things in their favor in their corner right out the gate, and then we started taking it back in A period as we couldn't push down any lower into and maybe fill the set of single prints. We held inside this middle distribution. Remember, this middle distribution was this range basically from Wednesday. So that was the middle distribution right there. So you treat that as all one day. So basically, if you were treating this as a daily, you would have been buying against that low day, right? So same thing, same concept here. We bought against that set of single prints where they start the lower area of that distribution right in here, right where my cursor's at. Uh, so we hold it. B takes out A's high. We begin the one time frame up. We battle the 200-day moving average a couple times. Uh, Finally in C period, we pulled back a little bit. That's when I took my first initial long. I took it, trying to remember. I normally write these things down, but I cannot remember. I believe I took it around 50. My goal was to push up and fill the gap because we had left a couple ticks in B period, fill the gap, and then continue to one time frame up. And we did just that as we popped. I got about a 5 point gain out of it and then got out of the market. I didn't trade again until uh, K period, as there wasn't much for me. We attempted to go trend in. Oh, I took 3 trades, excuse me. Took a trade in E period and an F period. We attempted to go trend in E period. We held a very small set of single prints right in here, or an area where support would have been presented, right in this range. C's high to F's low. I was long in here. I bought around 58s and 59s in F period. We began to push up, rotate up, and I had my target set initially for this 12 wide pocket at 40.78. I said if we fill the gap, there's a good opportunity for us to go and get that 12 wide pocket from the previous day. Well, uh, we continued to one time frame up. We had a set of single prints, so we attempted to go trend up after having a gap down with this emotional liquidation early on in the morning with the economic data. We'd gotten above the 200-day. We were holding above the 200-day moving average. So things were starting to look in buyers' favors, right? We get up to value low from previous day, and we back off pretty heavy. As G period takes out F's low, we stop one time framing up. We actually began the one time frame down in H period, and after that, it was pretty much balanced. So no trade in this area from G, H, I, and J. Then finally, I took another trade in K period. Actually, let me resume my trade here in F. I was long a 3 lot. I got out on my part of my position at 67. I had another part of my position I was ready to sell around 74s, and then another part of my position I wanted to sell at 78. Well, I attempted to take that exact same trade again in K period because I ended up getting stopped out on the remaining portion of my trade because I got in 67s, it pulled back, and then once G pulled back and took out F's low, I got out for a little loss. Wasn't down much on the day, but still had a loss. Then in K period, good old Curly, Larry, and Moe, the Three Stooges were coming up. I knew something had to have been good. We hadn't seen the opening all day long. Value was beginning to be pulled up. We were creating we had been rising POC, point of control, the mean all day long. So I figured it was a good long opportunity against halfback and the 200-day moving average. Had we taken out either one of those things, I probably would have gotten out of this trade. And I did well on the trade, but not well, not good as I could have. I should have had the exact same trade idea. I took a 3 lot, right? We were above the 9 EMA on the 5 minute chart here. Also above the 144 simple moving average on the 1 minute. We were kind of chopping around it as well. And I felt like maybe we were looking to run some stops to the upside. So I got long, a bit of an innovative play. Basically the same price, 58s, 59s. I bought a 3 lot here. And then on a push up, I had seen here on my volume chart, on my volume profile, right in that range, you see that high volume node? I seen that that was kind of an area where there might be a little bit of supply. And once we pushed up into that area, I kind of seen a little bit of supply stepping in on the DOM uh, and my time in sales. I was seeing some supply step in, made me skeptical. Didn't think, and also at the time, value high was right around that. We eventually pulled value high up later in the day, but value high was also right in there. So I figured, all right, maybe we'll just be rotational and rotate back down and get 8 wide at D's high or at B's high, excuse me. Get 8 wide at B's high. That was a good possibility because we hadn't done it yet. So I went ahead and got out of my position, and then I took it off for a gain, pretty good gain, not a lot, but as you can see, I should have had the same trade idea. My target should have been the 12 wide pocket above, seeing that we couldn't rotate lower, we were holding the 200-day moving average, and we have not gotten 8 wide yet. I should have seen that this was poised for a pop, and pop we did as we attempted to go trend after running stops in K period. We attempted to go trend. L period pushes up. We get that not 12 wide pocket from the previous day. We attacked the overnight high, and you can see that here on the 5-minute chart. So one way I could have done better on this trade is I could have looked to take some off at that 70 area right here where there's another high volume node here, right? I could have looked to have gotten out one of my positions there, right? And then I could have looked to have gotten out at that 12 wide POC, and then I could have targeted the overnight high up here. This was the overnight session high. That right there being an area of resistance, right? I could have seen that and seen, all right, maybe that's going to be my next target, my ultimate target, and that's where I'll take off the last contract. Instead, I got spooked out and sold my position for a gain, but I could have definitely held this position a lot longer and had a better risk reward trade on my hands. So something we're always going to be learning and trying to step up and do better on, and that's something I'm trying to work on is hold my winning trades longer, and that's something we all as traders try to do. Other than that, we failed to hold the trend day as after we had pushed up and gotten the overnight high, we backed off in L period and then M flushed out some of the longs and we filled that set of single prints. We didn't get a wide point of control. All we have today is today's high, today's low, and that is it. So that 12 wide point of control is gone. We're purely in balance, awaiting more market generated information. I believe there's some more economic data coming out in the coming weeks. So maybe that's what we're putting this market into a balance for, is just kind of seeing what that's going to do. Another thing is we're at an inflection point on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly, this downtrend line that I'm going to go over here in a minute. So let's go ahead and put in our destinations. High day 1202. Right there at 85.50. I don't know why I turned that green. That needs to be red and or orange. Um, you could call H period an afternoon pullback low as it is right there at the 200-day moving average. So we'll mark that. We won't ignore it. It's not a textbook afternoon pullback low, but it is an area where buyers pulled back and held. I believe mostly due to the 200-day moving average being there, but we're going to label it afternoon pullback low 1202. So when we pull back to the area, you can look to take a long there and see if we hold the 200-day moving average. Anywhere below that, you get out of your trade, because if we don't hold there, then you're going to more than likely rotate down to the low of day. Low of day is 2750, and it's also where the set of single prints start as well from the 30th. So we'll leave that in. We'll type in low of day 1202. And now we're going to turn that solid. So come Monday, if we open up inside today's range, if we rotate lower, you look to hold the afternoon pullback low in the 200-day moving average. If we don't hold that, then you look to rotate lower into this set of single prints and see if you hold there. If there is any true supply coming into the market, then you should fill this set of single print and this set of single print rather easily if there is supply in the market. If there isn't, and there are long-term buyers stepping up, um, then you'll see this market slowly begin to rotate lower. Right now, we are attempting to find acceptance above the 200-day moving average. One day doesn't make a market, 2 days doesn't make a market. We need to find good consolidation here above and then break the consolidation point balance high to the upside. That's what we're looking for as buyers. Sellers, you want to defend the balance high, get this market back below the 200-day moving average, fill these set of single prints, take back the trend day, and then eventually look to take the market from balance to one time frame and down on the daily. Another term for balance is channel. You can say the market's trading in this channel here and here. Let's look at the larger time frames, if you will. I'll remove here and here. We're going to look at the monthly. Another thing, monthly balance high is right here at 41.37.75. Sellers are wanting to defend that. You see this trend line, succession of lower highs. Sellers are wanting to defend that. Anybody that's selling this market off, they're trying to defend that as a trader. So that's another big inflection point that the market's kind of battling here. We get above that, then the market will be from balance on the monthly to one time frame and up. So the monthly balance, I think I have it marked here. No, I don't. But this, just keep in mind, guys, this is your monthly balance. This whole area is basically balance, and or you can call it a channel. You can do however people do channels these days. Oh, that's out. All right. Well, that was a big fail. But balance on the monthly. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly still one time frame and up, right? We never took out the last week's low, so we're still one time frame and up. Sellers want to hold this trend line down, take out this week's low, and bring the market back into a balance on the weekly. As we await more market generator information. Next week, if we take out this week's high of 41.10, then the weekly continues to one time frame up, and it'll have a pretty good odd and pretty good chance of getting that balance high on the monthly. So that's what buyers are looking for. They're looking to continue the one time frame up on the weekly to eventually take the monthly from balance to up. Daily. Daily, we are back to balance. Back to balance with this whole range here being your balance area. 3-day balance. Attempting to hold above the 200-day moving average. Trying to find acceptance up here. Prices trying to find acceptance. All that means is we're trying to find more buyers in this area to help move this market higher. If we do, then the weekly once again will continue to one time frame up and will eventually turn the monthly from balance to up. Pretty big battle area going on here with the 200, the downtrend, economic data coming out. So a lot going on here in the market. Volume not terrible, still kind of decreasing, but that's all I have for you folks. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Get some rest over the weekend, enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys Monday. Until next time, we'll see you.